Tamara Buki. They said come get your husband because he lying about food stamps. Y'all, they on Twitter calling her Tamaga. So Tamara's husband, Adam Housley, has been on Twitter like fighting for his life about food stamps. Now, just below, Unusual Whale had posted a story about how the Trump administration is pushing to stop individuals who get food stamps from buying junk food. And if you want the details about that whole restriction on food stamp benefits, watch the story right here. We posted about it yesterday. Now, Adam replies to that story and says, as a kid who grew up in a neighborhood grocery store since I was 5, I can't tell you how many times I saw people come in and buy crap food for their kids with food stamps, then open their wallet and use cash for liquor, beer, wine, and cigarettes. Then there were those who would repeatedly buy a lemon or lime, get the change, walk out the door, throw them away, and do it again until they had enough change to buy cigarettes or liquor. As a kid, it would pee me off because there are some people who could really use the help, and there are these others working the system. And of course, you know the internet did not take kindly to him talking about poor people problems. He continued his food stamp rant and said, what people need to understand is that there is an absolute need for assistance in this country, and we should absolutely provide it. And as part of that, help people get off of it with proper training and support. Unfortunately, the system has been corrupted. In California, it's badly corrupted. Then he was just going through his comment section, replying back to people. And you could pause to read this, but basically he said he had worked at the grocery store that his parents owned as a kid while he was playing professional baseball for 20 years, because people were arguing that food stamps never came in cash form. They came in cash form. And if you broke a $5, $10, or $1 bill in food stamps, you got cash back. Now, the people in the comments was like, Tamara's never beaten those allegations. And this is from that meme where she said somebody called her a white man. And another person had noted, this is why Tia don't talk to Tamara now. I feel like there's some undertones to that too. Of course, you guys know we talked about that story. We broke that story like 2 years ago when Beyonce had sent Tia her Ivy Park collection, but she didn't send it to Tamara. And everybody was like, yo, why would Beyonce split the twins up? And that's really where everyone started talking about, do they even talk to each other anymore? They don't. Then Tia confirmed it on her reality show where she said she wished her and her sister had their old relationship back, but she didn't go into detail as to why they don't really talk to each other, connect with each other anymore. And a lot of people had said on the internet years before we had broke that story that it had something to do with Adam Housley, Tamara's husband. Another person had noted an article that had referenced Tia and Tamara. They had sat down for Our Lifestyle magazine, I think this was, and it said that Adam is a sixth generation from the Bay Area and was born and raised in wine country, growing up with a vineyard in his front yard. So Adam was basically talking about how he had worked himself to the bone as a child, and other people noted, no, you didn't. Your family grew up in Napa Valley, very wealthy. And shout out to the neighborhood publicist because, yeah, this is why people call her Tamaga. This is why. Because look what
Tamara Mallory. Because I'm going to call you by your original name. I'm not going to dress that new name of yours. Because I want to bring you back to your roots. You need to be shook up. You think posting you love your family with the comments limited is enough to distract us from your MAGA white supremacist husband? I think the fuck not. I really don't like when people hold women accountable for the things that men do. But that's exactly what I'm about to do. Because he keep doing it. And you keep not giving a fuck. You know, it just makes me think to myself, yeah, this is why Tia don't talk to you. You know, the black twin, the one who had the black husband, black kids, black friends, black movies, black TV shows, black audience. I'm not even trying to be messy. Like, I'm being for real. I think it's very telling that a lot of your friends are white and your husband is white and he's obviously racist and classist, probably homophobic, probably all the things. And in comparison to your sister, it's a stark difference. It's not lost on me that y'all don't talk and that y'all are not cool. It's not lost on me that in y'all show that I did watch, Tia looked at you dead in your face and said, you talk like a valley girl. The reason that was funny to me is because y'all are sisters and y'all grew up in the same household. And you were like so confused. Like, hey, I'm a black woman too. Girl, please. You are chasing after your proximity to whiteness. And that is very odd to me. You really got up there on the real a couple years ago, wiping your neck, talking about something. And my husband is not a racist, okay? Girl, prove it. Then talking about some your husband checked you for being racist because you assumed he liked mayonnaise. Tamara, I know your mother raised you better than that. Something about you posting in the midst of this going on, telling us you love your family and you limiting your comments. You told me exactly what you thought. You said, "Girl, fuck you." That's what I heard when I just seen that. That's what I heard. That's what I heard you say. You having a good time up in Napa at the winery, crushing them grapes and sitting with all them white folks. You feel comfortable, and I'm glad you do. You gonna feel comfortable doing them Hallmark movies like you've been doing too. But if this is your stance, sister, I don't ever want to see you try to return. Don't care anymore. You done got lost on the island with Candace Owens. So I hope you get comfortable there.
Because if she had to choose to stand by someone, it would be a husband. I don't know if this should be a debate or what, or this should even be a discussion. But sincerely, though, what would we expect from a woman who married a wealthy white man? What would we expect from a woman who has DNA lineage of the people that she married into? Why are we surprised that the twins are split into two? That the other twin has realized that I'm going to be treated as a quote unquote black woman in the States. And the other one realized that let me marry white and clean my lineage. I don't know how it works in America because sometimes I even look at you and they call you black and I'm like, okay. It is what it is. Because I'm shocked when I look at certain things. When you say black, I'm expecting a black woman. Really, like a black woman, black nose, black eyes, black everything, black hair. I don't want to see a mixed woman and you're telling me that she's black. Because let's be honest, Beyonce is not black either. But it's America. Hey, anyone with 1% drop of blood, they're black. Yeah, right. I don't even know why we are doing that. I'm not even going to discuss Tamara and her husband. I feel like, why are we even having a discussion? Why are we shocked? She was eventually going to side with her husband. It is what it is. We should just let it be, let it go. And it shouldn't even be a discussion. That's why it took so long to even make it. Don't ask me why am I making it after so long. That's the whole point. I thought this was just a waste of time to even discuss. But anyway, let me know what your thoughts are. Bye for now.